How are you all doing, ladies and gentlemen? So according to AD, Bayern are very close to getting an agreement for Sergiño Dest. Now, essentially what was been happening over the past couple of days is obviously with Kimmich moving or wanting to move now into midfield and having an established place there right now, we're obviously looking at another right back that can complement Pavard. And the name that has been hailed in the news, as well as Rummenigge himself coming out with it, has been Sergiño Dest of Ajax. Now, funny enough, the reports stated that we found an agreement with him as a person, the player agreement, a couple of days ago, but that nothing would happen over the weekend, and that once the week commended again, we would go in there. And now that a week has commended again, we're now closing in on this deal. Now, the exact wording of this is in Dutch, and I don't read Dutch, but roughly translated by obviously the lovely folk over at MiaSanMiaTV, who translates these all the time with pretty much excellent translation. Essentially saying that the first offer that Bayern presented was rejected last week, and that Bayern did not give up after that offer was rejected, and that they continued having talks, and that they will continue having talks this week as well, and that the gap that Bayern initially, the price that Bayern initially presented was far off from the price that Ajax wants. Reportedly, it was us presenting 15 million euros and Ajax wanting 25 million euros. But we seem to have gotten significantly closer to that, and the bridge is not widening, it's tightening. So we're getting closer and closer to having this being done. Now, this is a tier 1 source for Ajax. It's a very reliable source, which means that, you know, when they're saying it's imminent, when they're saying the transfer is happening relatively soon, we can all pretty much expect it to happen relatively soon. Now, as I said already, the personal terms were agreed last week, but it was just the fee with Ajax that was the issue. A team that was linked with him as well was Barcelona. You know, they recently sold Semedo as well or they are in the process of selling Semedo to Wolves. So there was this big notion of, are they gonna get Dest before we will? Doesn't seem that way. My thought on this whole transfer saga was that we're going to get him anyway, because Rummenigge himself came out and said that, you know, we're interested in the player. And generally, not always, I was wrong with Perisic, but generally, whenever Rummenigge says something in the media, or whenever Rummenigge wants to do something, it 9 times out of 10 happens. There's this rare occasion where it doesn't happen, but like 9 times out of 10 it happens, and I'm fully expecting this to be done probably by Wednesday, Thursday. That would be my immediate guess. Now, how would Dest fit in at Bayern? As I said already, I think Kimmich already was our starting midfielder last season, and then was forced to play as a right back when Pavard got injured. I think Kimmich, he really wants to solidify his position in midfield. He is a guaranteed starter, I would say, in midfield. You know, none of the first names on the team sheet was so last season as well. It will be this season as well. And that kind of leaves the Pavard spot, the right back spot, open. You know, we only have one right back at the moment with Pavard, and I feel like Pavard is going to get a few minutes in as centre back, but will still be primarily our right back, with Dest coming in as well, being like the second right back. And I think, you know, maybe the first right back with Pavard and being the second one that can like fill in whenever Dest is out for a week or two. I can definitely see it was like change these two positions. We don't have the best squad depth out there, but we have very good squad depth. In terms of the players itself, we have very strong players, and I feel like with Dest we have a position that, yeah, you know, one could say we were struggling in, a position that, yeah, one could say we needed reinforcements in, with Kimmich now moving to midfield permanently. Now, there's only one other position that I would say we definitely need reinforcements in, and obviously that's a winger. That was the big concern for me, that we don't have another winger. Now, we could obviously trust Musiala, for example, who came in, you know, he plays anywhere from the wing to like a number 10, came in, played on the wing against Schalke, obviously scored a goal. Would you say it's too soon? Debatable. I mean, I'm always there for like throwing in young players, but like for me, it's always a case of they have to be good enough as well. With him, it remains to be seen. Granted, it was Schalke. That, you know, to me, that's not a good measurement to go up against. But at the end of the day, I do think that we are going to get another winger. I do think we're going to get another winger because we have, I'm going to say it, one injury-prone winger and one winger that just came off a massive injury. So I don't want to like risk too much, and that's my main thing. I don't want to risk too much. I'd much rather have a squad too big and have a few unhappy players than have a squad not big enough. But that's just my thoughts, so ladies and gentlemen. This, as I said, for me, this transfer saga is going to be concluded by the end of this week at the absolute latest. Honestly, midweek, I fully expect it, like Wednesday, Thursday, I fully expect it to be completed, and to be 100% honest. But that's just my thoughts, though. That is just my thoughts, though. Let me know what you all think. First of all, would you want Dest at Bayern? And second of all, better question, have you actually seen Dest play? I'm sure many of you have seen some Ajax games here and there, but like, have you actually seen him play enough to make your own mind up and not just like watch YouTube compilations like most people would do probably at this point? Let me know what you all think, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be seeing all of you in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always,